how you should engage with lapsed clients. I unsubscribe, which I did. And this is the email I got. How easy it is for you to feed back what we've done wrong.
And it's not a boring form.
So simple. Welcome to the Fate Marks, everybody. Ooh. Nick's back.
Yeah, back again. Back again.
How are we, Nick?
All right, thank you.
Good. Well, today, before we go into your dross, we're going to be discussing how you should engage with lapsed clients.
Not relapsed.
No, not relapsed. Lapsed.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you, Nick?
Good, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. You thought I looked like a schoolboy today?
Yeah, so just for context here. So I came in the office a little bit later today. Busy. And as Nick got up from his desk to go across wherever it was, he looked like a kid that was going egging.
Yeah, but I
Halloween.
don't. What do you mean? What's egging? Is that like throwing eggs to people's houses?
Yeah.
Oh, right, but why? I'm just like wearing jogging bottoms.
Yeah,
because I thought we might go to the gym after the podcast.
No, you look like you're ready to run away from that really disgruntled man after you've just nailed his house.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm just trying to look younger.
And because you've got that type of jacket, which is High School Musical-esque as well.
Jack, well, it's not a jacket, it's a sweatshirt, isn't it?
Okay. Sweatshirt.
Big difference. That's a jacket. This is a sweatshirt.
Okay, sweatshirt. Okay. So you look like you're about to egg a house while trying to be Troy Bolton.
Johnny Bolton?
Troy Bolton.
Who's Troy Bolton?
High School Musical.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen how big he's got for his new movie?
Claw.
I want to look at that. That looks cool. That movie looks good.
Do you know?
No, not look like that.
He's like
I didn't
Jules,
watch it.
gone all weird now as well.
Yeah, it's because of an operation.
He's got to have an operation.
Right. I'm not discussing Zac Efron's jaw.
Okay. Well, let's discuss. Where's the jingle come in? I don't know how to do this bit.
So before we start, I know, are you going to sniff her out?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Are you sure?
That was just the biggest sniff. Yeah, I haven't got a
Okay.
car. I don't even know why I needed to sniff.
We can sniff upstairs, but not down here.
Okay.
So, obviously, everyone's keen to hear
Yeah.
what marketing we've seen this week that's engaged us.
Yes.
Over to you, Nick.
Mine was using the legendary Ricky Gervais. His new ad. Have you ever seen Ricky Gervais advertise anything?
I've never seen him do an ad ever.
Ever.
No. Oh,
Until now.
See, look how prepped we are for this episode. We've got examples.
God,
up
okay,
the
go on.
screen.
It's so good.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, and I am thrilled to announce that I am now the proud co-owner of Ella's Farm Distillery, and we make Dutch Barn vodka. It tastes great, it's made from British apples, we're committed to sustainability and the protection of the ecosystem, and the best bit is, this could literally make me hundreds of millions. So, please buy it. Yeah. Sure, like all strong liquor, it may damage your liver and your well-being, but think how happy it'll make me if... So, and the saving the planet thing. Dutch Barn. Bye.
There you go.
I'm so confused.
Is it real? Is it fake? It's him, isn't it? I don't know if AI is taking it over.
No, that's
No.
a real ad.
Yeah. He went down the David Brent route, didn't he?
Yeah. And he's gone with a bit of Jeremy Clarkson-esque on his thing. Buy it because it's really nice.
Yeah, James May has a gin.
Yeah, he's got a gin,
I've bought one.
Is it any good?
A parsnip one. I've never opened it.
Parsnip.
Parsnip gin. I've bought it because I like
Oh,
it.
of course you're not drinking, are you?
This was like 2 years ago I bought this.
Oh, right.
There's another bottle in my house that's never
I'll
been
try it for you,
touched.
should I?
No, I'm just going to keep it for a rainy day.
See what the date is on it.
We sell out. No, it's forever. Sell out. Down that. Yeah, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Because he's never...
Nope. But it's legit, isn't it? He's co-owner of a vodka company. British vodka company.
Okay.
So that's my advert for the week. And just to go on last one, the Simmer. You know, the Simmer Constant, and their ads are so good. They're really good.
But have you purchased it?
No, but that's only because I haven't got a microwave in the microwave meals.
You've got a microwave?
No.
We're not going there as well because we had this discussion
No.
last
So
week.
I don't need a microwave. There's no, unless I buy those, I don't need a microwave.
Okay.
I haven't had one for 4 years, and I don't need to get one now.
No. So I saw an ad, which I really enjoyed.
Go on.
Michael, take it
Can you
away.
give me a bit more like context? I've got.
No, there's no context to this. I just saw it and I was like, that's really cool.
No, I mean like I've got two things up that could be related to you. It's either this one.
Oh, no, it's
or
that one,
the
yeah.
other
Sorry, apologies. Yeah, it's that
This one.
Selfridges.
It's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, Gotham.
That's clever, isn't it? Very clever. Very clever.
Was it? Obviously, I'm not going to.
They've made that video really well, having that roll down the street.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know how they've done that.
That's really cool. So I saw that and went, oh, that's cool. Didn't really know what the product was, but I was like, hey, I like that.
My girlfriend's got some Elemis at home, I think.
There you go.
So, because this is a podcast and we didn't speak through all of that, and then just went at the end and went, oh, that was really good. Does anyone listening to this podcast going to know what we were talking about or what we just watched?
No, it's a really fair point. Do you want to describe that?
Because, like, if they're watching the
Is
video,
it
they
even
say,
lip balm?
you edit it when we're watching the video, yeah?
Yeah, I put it on.
But if they're listening to the podcast, they've just
Okay,
gone.
so
They've
what's-
just gone.
It's not a lip balm. It's like a skin collagen, like face stuff.
Okay, so basically some face stuff has been opened.
Oh, just describe it. But when you're buying like a tub of foundation or something, it's a screw top, like a moisturizer, a nighttime moisturizer for women or something.
Yeah.
Screw top, and they're rolling that down the hill and the entrance towards Selfridges, and then just as it comes to the front door of Selfridges, where the sign is, it then sort of comes to the end of its roll and does that sort of spinning thing on the spot until it levels out and stops, and then it's Elemis, Selfridges. Very good.
And it's also very large, so it looks...
Yeah, it's massive. It's not
massive.
like it's not a little one someone's going to kick.
No.
It's like running over people as it's getting their sort of size.
Yeah, I never thought about we didn't actually describe the ads for audio people.
No, we don't, but we're going to now.
More inclusive.
Yeah, more inclusive.
Yeah, really good that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought you might like that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we've described it now to the audience.
Yeah.
That listen to us.
I've got a microphone as well. Can we shout out Paul? Thanks, Paul.
Oh yeah, thanks Paul
Cheers, Paul.
Paul
for giving
Alban.
him a voice.
The voice to the voiceless. That's like
Just make sure you just put some good content on it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool.
Just wanted to dress up.
Right. Anyway,
Back in my cage.
back in your cage. Right. So, lapsed clients.
Yeah,
So, we all have them.
yeah.
And I, this week, got served a email. Michael, if you can bring the email up.
Do you want to describe what lapse means to some people listening?
Nick, digital expert that you are, please tell us what...
A lapsed client will be someone, like your example is what we're about to hear. My example will be HelloFresh. And I think HelloFresh and I've thought about this recently.
Just stop. What's the lapsed client?
Someone who was a client and now isn't.
Thank you.
And they've left because they've decided to leave the service.
Yeah.
Subscription stuff is massive for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an old client. They're not subscribed to your product or service anymore.
I would say that it probably all started with telecoms, BT, Virgin, people like that, where it's just like, I'm leaving. Oh, don't leave. I need to leave because your service is rubbish.
Tell you what, Sky good at it.
And it's like, have it.
Yes.
Have it for free for the next year.
Yeah.
Just stay with us.
Sky, they were brilliant. I must have been paying 20 quid for about 10 years.
Really?
And even Griff's dad was, well, we were in a taxi once over to watch a rugby game. He said, how much is your Sky? Well, he showed me his, I don't know why we got onto it. And he's like, how have you done that? Mine's not 70 quid. I was like, just call him and just say you're going to leave every year. He's like, I
Yeah.
don't believe you. So I got my bank up and he went, oh my God, you're actually paying that.
Yeah. So for someone like BT, Sky, HelloFresh, Mindful Chef, it's really, really important because it kind of, there'll be a high proportion of people, well, Sky, EE, broadband or whatever, everyone needs broadband. Everyone's got broadband, yeah? So if you're leaving, whether it's you don't like the service too expensive, you're going to another supplier. So it's really in the interest to keep that person as long as possible and give that person the best deal. And to be fair, I mean, I don't have any channels. I have my standard stuff, fibre optic or 500 meg, 75 quid a month.
That's how much you're paying.
75 quid a month. I honestly, after my mortgage and council tax, it's the biggest bill. When did broadband become the biggest bill with a package? EE. E and BT because they're now the same
We're
thing.
with Virgin. I think it's about.
I
think
can't
we
get
have We have
Virgin.
a phone line like put in as well. But
Oh, I got rid of the phone line.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Right.
sick of it. So that's a lapsed client.
It is a lapsed client. So if we bring up the reason why I wanted to discuss it on this week's episode is because I use Huel from time to time because it's easy, and where they're very clever when you actually sign up for this. If you subscribe, it's one cost. It's a one-time purchase. It's
10%
another cost.
less, isn't it?
It's more. I think
You get
it's
more off.
Well, it was a lot more because I was like, I'll just sign that and then just go and unsubscribe. But as most people, I forgot. So 4 weeks later, Jess is like,
4 years later.
You've got a box here. I'm like, I haven't ordered anything. Oh, it's a Huel box.
Oh, it's come
I
through
was
the
like,
post,
oh,
is it?
Right. So
Did you want it?
no. Well, I did. No.
I've got one coming if you want me to take it off you because I can move my subscription.
No. I want it, but
Okay.
So
It's content.
I had it, and then I was all right. I'm going to go unsubscribe, which I did, and this is the email I got. So subject line was, "Oops, what did we do wrong?"
Do you want me to
And-
read?
Say again?
You want me to read?
No, it's fine. And then if you scroll down,
Hey, Jim Jam. It's weird. Did you put your name in as Jim Jam?
no. But what I liked is go down, Michael. Right. It said, "Tell us what we did wrong." But why I love this email, and what I think a lot of brands can learn from, is how easy it is for you to feed back
Yeah.
what we've done wrong.
And it's not a boring form like usual.
It's not a boring form. So you've got shipping costs, minimum order, difficult navigating, technical difficulties, costs, not sure the product's right for me, nutrition, limited flavours, and other. It's so simple.
What did you choose?
Didn't.
I know what I would choose. Minimum order, too high. Minimum order to rock
what
on
is
is
the
too
minimum
high.
order?
2 bags of black. Yeah. It's too high.
How much is that?
You can't go into. That's the only setback for you. I think for Huel. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure the CEO is going. I'm really not interested because he's doing all right. But you can't just go to Huel and buy something. A quick decision. You have to make quite a big purchase decision.
Well, that's a lot
For
of brands
Huel.
now. We've talked about it with the cereal one as well, haven't we? Where it seems everyone.
Michael. There's been a development.
How's that? What, since our last one? Since the last podcast?
Oh, did we speak about it on here?
That you can get it in supermarkets?
Yeah. Do we
Yeah,
speak
but
about-
I went to Sainsbury's after the last piece podcast.
Yeah.
It's not in there. Sainsbury's, that massive Sainsbury's I thought was the biggest in the UK,
Yeah.
doesn't have a huge cereal section.
No,
Unless I've looked in the wrong place. I was looking for like...
But right.
Yeah, it's not massive.
Okay, sorry. There hasn't been development, Michael. Sorry. I thought there had been.
So yeah, so I think minimum order requirement too high. I think that's...
I would say everyone, I'd probably say the same, and also say limited flavours as well. Actually, I'd say that's probably one.
I haven't tried all the flavours yet.
Some are
I
pants.
suppose it depends how often you're having it, doesn't it? If you have it every day, you probably get bored.
Which flavour? Are you talking about like lunch or shakes?
The lunches, not the shakes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'd only have the caramel salted one for thing because I don't like the rest of them personally.
Chocolate's nice. But caramel's nice.
Yeah.
That's,
But
yeah.
I thought from a lapsed client perspective, I saw that and gone,
Because most of the time on these websites when you're doing it, it's just a couple of little tick boxes, isn't it? And you can't be bothered. It's like when you unsubscribe and you go through it, tell us a bit more why you unsubscribed. Nah. And you just leave because it's just like, you've already bored me. It's just like standard MailChimp, isn't it?
pretty much.
Yeah. It's interesting you got that. How quickly did you get that email? From when you...
I'd be lying if I said no.
You don't know.
Sorry.
So I've got another example. I haven't got an example of what it looked like, but just how these big companies are so on this. And you're guilty for this because you and Jess will wait for the offers of the Mindful Chefs and the Hello Freshes and all that. So you're always getting the deal. But 2 weeks ago, I'd got Hello Fresh had sent me theirs, which was trying to get me back in because I'd used them until November. Then I stopped over Christmas because it was like, there's no point having this over Christmas and stuff. So I stopped. And then I got a 50% off the first box, 40%, then 20, or 5 boxes. And I was like, oh, that's good. I'll do that. And I think I said to you, James, I was like, yeah, I'll do that again.
You're annoyed.
I went back I couldn't find this thing in my emails. I was like, they would have emailed them, text me. I actually, this is how, You know when you want something, and this is where, like, when we talk about marketing and hooks and getting someone to buy, if your offer's so good, you make it really, really easy for the person to make a decision on wanting to buy your product, whatever it is. So anyway, I was looking for 20 minutes for my emails. I was thinking, I'm sure it would come from HelloFresh. I mean, my deleted items a lot. Couldn't find it. Through the post came to my partner a postcard one because trying to get her in. Hers was 40% off 30, 20, 20, 20. And I was like, it's not good enough. I've already seen a 50. And I can't, if there's a 50 out there, I'm going to have to wait. So anyway, last week, I thought about this at home in the shower. And I was like, oh, I could really do with ordering that HelloFresh, but I'm not going to pay 40. Sat at my desk and at about 9:30, ping, we missing you or whatever it was, 50% off, 50, 40, 20, 20, 20, in.
So they got you.
They got me. I was waiting for it.
They heard you.
Because we know it so well. And I think we can talk about this as well. I think the consumers nowadays know it well, don't they? It's like the add to cart generation. The average person knows, well, Caroline says the same. She'll add to cart knowing that the good companies that she'll buy from will actually send her an email within 24 hours.
Do you really think that?
She does. She's not a marketer.
No, I
There's always a 10% off. That's why I think 10% don't work a lot of the time, because I think we're blind to 10% discounts.
It's not enough to like move the needle.
I just don't think it is. It's like, oh, what's 10%? You're gonna knock off 3/4 of my shipping. Not really too bothered. 10% off £1,000. That's like, okay, £100 off, but on mediocre stuff. So these lapsed clients, but they won't stop. It'll be really interesting over these next podcasts. Let's see how many different emails you get from them trying to get you back in. Oh, you are back in.
well,
Aren't you? Oh no, you got your delivery and then you cancelled, didn't you?
correct, yeah. So I had one yesterday, which was around the digest. Can you eat your way to better skin? So again, content really, value. Payday top up.
There's Payday's a good one. I've seen 3 Payday
Time
ads.
for a refill. Happy payday, hooligans. Let's tick February's nutrition off the to-do list.
And you've had all these emails since you unsubscribed?
Well, it's only 2.
You've unsubscribed from the service, but not from the emails.
Here you go. So I unsubscribed at 12:10 on the 23rd, and I got that email at 3 clips, so
The next day?
2 and a bit hours. No, same day.
Oh, same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important to people who've already, if you've got a product or a service that people can repeatedly buy from you, even if you're e-commerce and you've bought once and you're registered but you haven't bought for a while, then you need to send these lapsed customers. But you need to make them. I mean, it's so, especially for Huel and Mindful Chef and that, they make so much money out of it.
Well, they do, but I think what Huel have done really well there is they've tried to find a way of gamifying that feedback loop. So, like, if you look at that, I use gamify really loosely here, but normally, like you said, it's a MailChimp email, which is, just tick a box here. Clicking on a button on a round little image, you're gamifying it in a way. What was happened? Like, what if you click on those, Michael? Let's just see where that goes, because that's really important. Because all that's going to do is
Thank you for your feedback. Shop Huel, so it takes you back into the shopping. Check out why hooligans love us at Huel.
Do you think they all just go to the same page?
Yeah.
They don't actually do anything.
Which one did you click?
The delivery. I just clicked this. Difficulty navigating the website.
Minimum order.
Yeah, all the same.
Yeah. Now, what they'll do on the back end there, for people that are listening, once Michael's clicked on that image, that'll then feed back into the CRM and tell that marketer why we've become a lapsed client.
Yeah, and then you might go down into a different journey.
Well, their journeys and the journey that should then change based on my feedback.
Be interesting to see actually I'm not leaving, but if I'd click that one, whether I'd get an offer to be able to order less on my next one.
Potentially. But I think understanding why someone has become a lapsed client.
It's just understanding your data, isn't it?
That's what it is.
Understanding that and then segmenting it and putting people on different flows. It's what we do well at, isn't it?
From a social perspective, do you think that they should now market the hell out of me back on social?
Yeah. Yeah, but with good content.
So go on then. Use me as an example then. So I'm no longer a hooligan. I'm out of the crew.
I would probably, from my point of view, I'd probably go from I'm not sure I'd go in for a purchase, trying to get you in for a purchase. I think I'd probably just put a lot of really good content in front of you for a cheaper amount on a social point of view.
Okay.
Because you've used it for a long time. You haven't just bought it once and left it. You've used it for a long time. So there's got to be a reason why you left, isn't there? But I would say that at some point, depending on the feedback they get for it, they probably understand that most people come back after a period of time.
I would say most people do.
It could be any reason for leaving, can't it?
Yeah.
Got too much of it. I mean, quite often I've had to push my dates where it's gone, I haven't had as much of it 1 month or whatever. And then it's gone, oh, your next one's due. And I'm like, I don't need that now. I need to push that another 2 weeks. See what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't really engaged with those emails. I've obviously received them. I've never.
Your order's about to be processed.
Probably. Well, I must have, because everyone gets them, but I've not engaged with them.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I think you're too valuable to not be in the face of unless you unsubscribe, and you can't unsubscribe from social.
No, so you would put me into an audience, lapsed customer audience. It would just be value, optimizing for views.
Yeah.
Not so much conversion or sale now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything someone can do if they're not as... Because obviously Huel's got a lot of money to spend on those sort of ads. Like if someone hasn't got all that content to put in front of people, is there anything they can do once people have left to try and get them back? Is it like offers and that sort of thing?
What?
Because you were talking about Huel. If they were Huel,
I know what you meant,
you'd
Michael.
put loads of ads in front of them, but obviously not everyone can afford to do that. Like if you're a smaller client.
Yeah. I don't know how small anyone who buys from Huel is, though. It's not cheap.
No, you're dope.
Is that what he's talking about?
He's on about the business. So not Huel, another business.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Repeat your question. I'm lost. Go on. Repeat your question.
You were talking about with Huel,
Yeah.
obviously they're a big brand and they can afford to like pay lots to put people in different audiences and that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
if you're a smaller business, smaller than Huel, what would you do if you've got lapsed people?
Probably the same, exactly the same, because you've even got less money to spend on trying to get them back in from a purchase point of view. Because when you go down to social, if you're doing organic, your CTA is, you're not optimizing to get someone back in. So you'd have to do paid ads. And then if you wanted to get someone in to come and purchase, you'd have to use a purchase conversion. And that's going to cost you quite a lot of money. So a smaller business would have to go with just putting stuff in front of them for awareness and video views and things like that.
Something I would also do is I'd get on the phone, find out why. Depending on what product
Have you
or
ever
service
experienced
is.
that from anyone?
No, but I would. If I was Huel now, I'd ring me.
No, but even like EE or... I mean, I suppose you have to ring them to leave though, don't you?
Jesus. Ring us.
Yeah.
Absolutely no chance.
So, but we have to ring them to cancel. So that's where
ring
it's like...
them. They're like, what's your passport?
So
blurred type?
so I've been having problems with my broadband since before Christmas. It's
For
now
75 quid?
It's now, yeah. Trust me, that's come out in conversation. My tactic whenever I'm in these companies is when it's like, because they use these automated services, press 1 and we'll none of them work. Sales or I'm leaving gets you straight through, and there's no waiting on hold because they're just like, oh, he wants to spend more money or he's going to leave. Always through, and then you're just like, oh, sorry, I think I may have come through to the wrong department, but I just wanted to know if someone could speak to someone about my Wi-Fi. Done every time.
But no, I'd get on the phone. Like, I'm a big believer of the phone. I spoke to a firm today who still do knocking on the door sales for boilers. I love that. I was like, fair play. But no, I'd get on the phone and find out why. If I was Huel...
It's the cost of the call centre though, isn't it? You're going to have to look at the data.
Okay, but forget Huel. Back to your point, Michael, around smaller firms. I'd have someone on the phone find it out. I really would. Like, even Huel, there's going to be some real value on Huel calling their customers and finding out why. Like, the average customer for them must be 500 quid a year.
I had it when I left Vitality Insurance. They called me.
and ask for your feedback?
Yeah, no. Well, they asked me why I'd left. If there's anything they can do to get me back in again, they were happy to drop. Have you as life insurance? And it was like, well, we could put you on this, which is only like £13 a month, and it covers you this and this. Like they wouldn't like that. Went on for a month before they let me go. Oh look, I need to think about it. Okay, well we'll have a little thing. We'll give you a call back in a week's time. I basically I am now not interested. Go away.
Yeah, but I think that's more selling. I'm talking about actually getting genuine feedback. Why have you left? Like,
Yeah, well we've done it in our business, haven't we?
Yeah,
in the past, like how come you didn't go ahead with that order, or why have you not come back and bought?
I do all the time. I'll always, if someone leaves, if I always call them and find why, and they'll always tell me honestly why, because on the owners they'll sort of say, oh, because we've done this, and this. And Beth's turning all those lights out now. Beth.
Yeah, yours. When I'm watching the little clips back, it looks good with that lighting behind you, with that glass.
Yeah, it does. That's why I put them on. Sorry, people that are listening to this, Beth, who works in the office, is turning off all the lights, which I explicitly leave on for this reason and this reason only. Just can't get the stuff going out.
I was about to say the same thing. I thought you'd tell me off.
Say again?
I was about to say exactly the same thing. I thought you'd tell me off
What?
for saying we can't get the staff.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay, so
She's not actually staff of ours, so it's
in
fine.
case she listens to
Michael.
it.
So yeah, I can't remember what I was on about.
Lapsed customers.
No, I know.
You would call them.
Yeah, but no, I'd get on the phone to them, absolutely.
I know, that's the podcast. Talk about lapsed customers.
Oh yeah.
I've got an idea.
Put that Huel email back up again.
I got a Huel. Got a Huel email. Did you? No, you didn't.
Completely. I think there's something wrong.
But no, get on the phone as well. 100%. Get on the phone and just generally ask. Just always get the most senior bod to call them as well. They'll always be honest with you. Always be honest.
Yeah.
Especially B2B. Like, why'd you leave? Especially
And
service.
it shows you really care.
Yeah.
So have the senior bod have come into work to an Excel spreadsheet of 361 calls they need to make that day. I just wondering why you left.
Retention's rubbish.
Yeah.
But what I've done, I always call, only because...
And this is a really expensive feedback.
Yeah. But, no, from B2B, never burn a bridge.
No.
You know, that person may leave, go somewhere else, and really appreciate the work you've done or, you know, whatever. But, yeah, B2B sales, absolutely. Get on the phone and just be honest and just say, look, why you put your notes in, why you're leaving. We do all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I get honest feedback, which is then fed back to everyone else.
Okay. Well,
So,
thank
Nick,
you for coming in.
Nick, so glad you came out
I know,
today.
thanks. I've really enjoyed it.
Right, honestly, it's just...
I'm gonna change my chair. Seem to have the squeakiest chair in the office.
But no, thank you for your time.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah, thank you there.
Thank you for joining us on today's podcast. Remember, not every form of marketing is right for every business.